Hello there and welcome to Dean Park Station. Today I'm going to be giving you a quick layout update showing my Class 47 with ScotRail stock going around the new track layout. I'm also going to be answering some of your questions via email that you've given me. The main one was, what do you use for your DCC wiring and equipment, etc.? Well, I get my stuff from expressmodels.co.uk and I went for the DCC starter pack, and in that you get the blue and the brown bus wire, which is copper cord, quite thick. It's kind of like the stuff you get in your electrical cabling. And then we've got some blade splices. They actually clip on or cramp on to the bus wire, so there's no soldering or cutting of the bus wire needed. To that you join the crimp blades which hold the wires, and they obviously from the droppers from your track, and they have to be soldered to the track. You can also get some tap slices for actually having branches in your bus wire. If you've got a part of the layout quite far away from the main bus wire, you can put branches off it. In the pack you also get these chock blocks, and they're quite handy for wiring bits underneath the layout which are maybe needed taking apart, or is difficult access. For my turnout motoring wire, I use the Pico wire, blue, black, red and green. Green's for the common return. And for my dropper wires I use the thinner core wire. This is multi-strand, it's not solid core, and that again is from Express Models. I've also found these, I got these on eBay. Not a lot of the online sites, online shops sell them. Cable clips from Pico. Vital to keep your wiring tidy underneath the layout, or as tidy as you can do, as I'm sure a lot of you who've got DCC and turnout motors etc. will have found already. I'll show you what I've tried to do underneath the layout. Past my rowing switchboard there. Right under here, here's where we've got the splices. They clip on, as I said, into the bus wire. Very quick, very easy, no soldering. And there's the crimps there. They get the wire crimps into them and they go up to the track, which I solder to the bottom of the track before laying it. A lot of people solder the droppers to the side of the track. My solder is not that tidy. I prefer to work out where I'm going to put my power feeds and then solder to the bottom of the track, and then drill 2 holes and feed it through that way. There's my Pico turnouts, motors with accessory switch at the bottom. Again, it's very difficult to keep things tidy, and if you can see just at the back there where my finger is, that is one of the cable clips. As you can see, it gets very busy here the closer you get to the switchboard. A lot of black and red wires there, and that thing is a godsend to try and keep things as tidy as I can. I would really recommend you get them. I got about 5 packs for £6 on eBay. Really good deal. There's the busiest part of the layout wiring wise, and again I've tried to keep it tidy. One thing I would say to anyone starting out, and I'm not experienced in any manner of means, but don't pull your wires taut and tight. Always keep a bit of give in your wiring, just in case you have to make adjustments. It saves you having to add any new soldering etc. If you've given yourself a bit of freedom here, you can clip it and readjust as and when. So never pull your wiring tight. I know it looks neater, but in long term it could be a bit of a problem for you. Okay, if I can just get through here, I'll show you the 47. It's pulling Mark II Lima ScotRail stock, and it's going to go onto the new part of the layout, if I get the points correct. There it goes. The platform that I'm laying here is coming on. I've finished it, and I hopefully will work on the other 2 platforms, but with a young family it's very difficult to justify spending hours on end making platform when you've got children to keep happy. So we're just going to follow the train round. Here it used to stop. I've now got a branch coming off. It will go in a tunnel because all this will be covered by the TMD. This is basically a passing loop, or it will be a carriage siding, storage siding, and it's going away along there, and it joins the main line and as you can see, branches out. And it's quite a tight radius there, but because I'm going to have it, you know, underneath the layout, I'm not going to worry too much about the aesthetics at that part. Here we go. Hopefully, if I've done the points right, it should now branch onto the part of the layout, which will be probably the HST stroke Class 91 platform at Dean Park Station. That'll be electrified, and I'm going to work on getting cable trunking and signalling done before I do any ballasting. Ballasting will be the last thing I do. Weathering the track as well. I'm going to practice on all bits of track for that. As you can see, it's now picking up the pace. Goes along to the corner there. It's a 21-inch radius corner up there for the track. And just before I go, the eagle-eyed among you who've seen my other videos will notice this cork is different from what it was in the last video. This is because I've relayed that section. I didn't really like the way the curve was going, it looked untidy, so I've relayed it tighter. Again, it's going to be underneath a part of the city anyway. It's quite a sharp radius, and with them you've got to remember, when it's sharp radius and you've got maybe Mark 3 or Mark 4 coaching stock, you've got to branch it out slightly to avoid the coaches clipping each other from the two tracks. So you've subtly got to widen it and then narrow it again. I use a 6-foot gauge Pico equipment for keeping the distance between the track. It was like 50 pence or something on Hattons, and it keeps the track prototypically spaced out. But on a corner you've got to space it out slightly to avoid having collisions. I'm going to relay the other main line here. Again, I'm not quite happy. This is my first attempt at cornering with flexi track. It looks okay, but I'm just going to take it out maybe further out than have a sharper radius, again then joining here where the tunnel mouths will be. Yes, they're not very realistic corners radius wise, but you're not going to see them because it's covered under a cityscape. Yes, let you see the 47 here. The next stage is to get all these points motorised and wired in. That's the rest of the winter's task for me, and I might do a wee bit more adjusting of the current track that I've got down. No point in rushing it. I want to do it right. Okay folks, that's all just now. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and thanks for all your messages and the other videos and all your emails. Thanks just now.